Alright, I think I'm ready. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I have a whole bunch of different little things today and a couple of bigger things. So first off, let's get this in focus. My grandpa found this at his house. Must have been from when we were little kids that got lost somewhere in his um, living room when they were cleaning out some stuff the other day. And so he gave it to me. Old metal coin, flipping coin for Pokemon card game. Also, I donated St. Jude for a Speed Gamers thing, and they recently sent out Christmas cards with this young one whose name is Riley. Is it Riley? Yeah, Riley. It's got a thank you, which is really sweet. I appreciate that. It's a good organization. My parents went to McDonald's the other day, and they saw that there were Mario toys, so I got a Luigi coming out of a pipe here. They also bought for themselves an Atari, the so many in one games thing, and it came with a big Centipede poster. And this is a pretty snazzy Centipede poster. It's glossy. It's pretty nice. So this came with their little Atari, like 62 games in one, or whatever it is that they got, which is neat. My dad had an Atari when he was a kid, or played Atari when he was a kid a bunch, and so they happened to get that. And then other than that, I also have things like this. We have an Eevee and Pikachu GX. You can see the colors screwed up in the corner because they have price stickers on them. And so there's that. And it comes with quite a few things. I need to make some space to... I'm really glad they're switching to these more protected cases that don't tear up the cards so much. I find it much more satisfying. Oh, I guess before I go through that... Don't fall down, huh? I also went to the music store that is actually out of town the other day and got some stuff. I got Ashes Divides. I forget which one this is. The name of their album is. Keep telling myself it's alright. This has the guitarist from A Perfect Circle on it. He's the lead singer, I believe. I got Schoolboy Humor's album, which this is older. I'm pretty happy that I found this. It's an older one that I've listened to before, but I could never find, I could never buy. And then I was really surprised that they had this one. This one is... It'll right over the... Feel this without tearing things up. It's great. Gemini Syndrome Memento Mori. Gemini Syndrome has toured on a few occasions with Starset, who I super like, and I appreciate Gemini Syndrome, but Starset kind of stole my heart. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to buy their CD if I see it, because they're still a good band. So, that aside, let's take a look here. We got Eevee with running charge here. We have a Pikachu with Find a Friend. Have a Pikachu GX with Tail Break. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and it does 100 damage. GX. And a full art style, goofy ass looking Eevee with Joymaker GX. Put 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Oh, and that's all that does. There's no damage or anything like that. There's those. Put them off to the side, make some space. Start our card stack here. Have the Pikachu GX big card. That also goes with the set here. And then we have one Unified Minds, 1 Steam Siege, 2 Cosmic Eclipse, and the code card, of course. From that, I also have. Where's my other little box go? Here it is. I have a pre-release box for Cosmic Eclipse, complete with Palkia, Dialga, and Arceus on the front. So let's take a look at what is inside. As with all of these, there's always 4 different promos you can get, and usually I only end up getting at most 2, and then I get the same ones. On the back it says, inside you'll find regular performance, code card, and the packs of cards. On the back it's got some cute little kiddos. We have the poster, because of course there's a poster. A supreme connection of stars and Pokémon. It's a bigger version of the characters there. At the apex of the Sun and Moon series, Pokémon TCG Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse. Expansion boosts the connection of Pokémon and trainers, and it launches tag team combinations to new levels. Jump into battle with Charizard and Braixen GX, Venusaur and Snivy GX, Blastoise and Piplup GX, and Solgaleo and Lunala GX, along with the triple tag team Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia GX, plus many more. Feel the stellar power of Pokemon with Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse expansion. So it sounds like there's some expensive, really rare cards in the set. And another Charizard. I got the Buzzwole pre-release pack. And that's a meme that does not age well enough for them to keep up using Swole, I have to say. So there's your code card for the pre-release. This is gonna be kind of awkward. So Buzzwole, Professor Oak's setup, Blue's tactics, Red's challenge, Kricketot, more Cricketots, because of course, Cricketune, Deerling, Sawsbuck. I wonder if it's one of the Deerlings that they haven't had on the card yet, because there are only 2. I think it's pink and orange, so that might be a new Deerling, actually. Draw Energy, which may attach this card from your hand to a Pokemon, draw a card. Erica's Hospitality. Rosa. Pokemon Communication. The new Piplup. There's 3 of those, of course. The new Prinplup. And the new Empoleon. So there's those. And then 4 packs. And then there's the BB box, as I showed. And then I also have an Elite Trainer box, because I have to have my sleeves to store things in, and are you course, I had that way over by the mic. So here is what the box looks like. Cosmic Eclipse. It's got your boyos, necking, or whatever it is. And then here is the book, Cosmic Eclipse. Your basics. Let's see if the GX is a different color this time. Oh wait, I gotta do, okay, so, yes, there's one of each. Here's the dice. This is the pattern for the, like, thing to hold up the shape so it can be there for the magnified. The energy are the same energy from the previous ones. The dogs are excited about something. These are the front and back of it. They're not different on these. And these are the sleeves. And the GX is still yellow, so the Tag Team GX is still the same color. There's my cards. There is my code card for the set. Here's this. I should probably just start putting these in here. Let me pull out real quick all of the ones that are not. Oh, what set that is. Oh, that's probably this set. The Cosmic Eclipse. That is a Cosmic Eclipse. Rosa is a Cosmic Eclipse. So let me do this real quick. This is the first pack, has the Solgaleo Lunala front. We will try and preserve one to go with the box like I do with my others. Never a guarantee, because there's always a chance that the friggin' package will tear and rip straight over the image. And it's always hard to pull out the cards when I do that. So, to get started, here's my first of those. Got, of course, a Psychic Energy, Dartrix, Lily's Full Force, In's Resolve, Carvana, Chinchou, Azurill, Rufflet, Quit Falling, Oddish, Celio, reverse foil there, and I already got the full art Rosa, so full art trainers are usually pretty nice. Next we have the BB's pack. It didn't rip right. So this BB's pack will not be the one. Yeah, that pack got obliterated. This time remember to pull the code card out. So we got Greenergy, Kirlia, Roller Skater, the Fairy, Epig, Sleepy, and Sandshrew. This one is a steel type. Snowrunt, Drillbur, who is also currently a major thing in Go apparently. Teddiursa, Solgaleo. Is there any foiled in that? Oh, there's a lot of foiled. Fire is all foil. There you go, now you can kind of see it. That's a nice one. I don't know if it's a rare one because I don't know anything about the set. And then the last, oh no, there's 4 in this one. So there's Blastoise Piplup on this one. So Charizard Gregson isn't one of the main cards. I'm actually kind of surprised by that, seeing as that's got what people consider waifu material and a Charizard on the front. So here I got a good Blastoise pack. Code card out of the way. Energy. Mythal. Turnplup I already have. Beastite. Tag Call, Timpole, Piplup, Cosmog, Ponyta, a Brawler, Ricketot, and Wailord. It does not look like this one is foil. Wailord has Heavy Impact and Hydro Splash. This has 236 cards. That's ridiculous. Pokemon Company really needs to do something about that. That's a little too over the top. That's so many cards to try and collect. I understand that it's for competition and that collectors are kind of their second market, but really, that is an insane amount of cards. So again, this is not a set I even vaguely intend to finish. May not even collect beyond this set of things, the promo things. Water Energy. Look at all the text on that! Cricketune, look at all that text! I'm gonna read this one to you. If you have exactly one card in your hand, this attack does 100 more damage. If you have exactly 3 cards in your hand, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. If you have exactly 6 cards in your hand, this attack does 30 damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So it just kind of does different things depending on how many cards you have in your hand. If you have anything other than 1, 3, or 6, though, then it does just 30 damage. I mean, I guess that means it's interesting to use, but I don't know. We got Delmise, Island Challenge Amulet, Deerling, Golett, Dupiter, Apom, Onyx, Throw, and Sunflora, again, not a foil. So I have the Babbies is the one that I need. Let's try again on getting a Babbies pack. Then after that I don't have to be nearly as gentle once I have a preserved one of each pack. Hate when that happens. Cards are slick, and then when that happens sometimes I get a nail mark. Yep. Luckily it's just on a common, but annoying. So I will put that as the next card, because that's going to be the bust card, basically. We got Steel Energy, the Sandy Gas, that because those cards slipped, has a nail mark right above the top of Sandy Gas. Can't seem to show it very well, but it's there, and I notice it, and it's bad. It's right on the cloud. Vaporeon, Vitality Cheer. Your Pokemon GX in play that evolved from Eevee gets 60 bonus hit points. You can't apply more than one Vitality Cheer ability at a time. And then Refreshing Rain, heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. So this is like a healer Vaporeon. Absol, I adore Absol. Ominous News, discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Discard a card from your hand. If you can't discard a card, this attack does nothing. Lileep, Spheal, Cottony, Rowlet, Phantump, Beware, and Wishy Washy, which is a foil. And it has Scatter. In your opponent's turn, if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, flip a coin. If tails, shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. So it can repeatedly heal itself, kind of, but it also goes back into your hand, or into your deck. Which, at least if it goes into your deck, it has the perk of being able to be drawn again. And it'll be fully healed when you draw it. Where are my dividers? There they are. I was like, I want my dividers, because it's going to make this next part easier. That's what I'm afraid of. They're going to start tearing. They did, these card packs feel thicker. Like the actual material it's made of feel thicker in this set. Code card out of the way. We got here. Fairy Energy. Misty and Lorelei, they're the tag team trainer. What does that mean? Search your deck for up to 3 water energy cards and reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle into your deck. When you play this card, you may discard 5 other cards from your hand. If you do, during this turn, your water Pokemon can use their GX attacks even if you've used your GX attack. Can we talk about power creep on that guy? Now we can use GX attacks more than once. Larvesta, Anorith, Ralts, Sandygast, so there, I already got one that's not got a scratch in it now. Spheal, Cottony, Rowlet, Ogedemaru, and Groudon. Is Groudon foil? Groudon is not foil. Groudon has Drought. Attach up to 2 fighting energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. This Pokemon can't use Trembling Ground during your next turn, so it can do 130 damage, but only every other turn. So now, energy cards in there just to get them out of the way. So I have more space to set cards while I'm trying to pull out the set. Come on, get out of here. What the hell? Code card out of the way. Energy. Darkness energy. Ignite. Zangoose. Gloom. Swirlix. Kricketot. Woobat. Ducklet. Helioptile. In the middle of doing something electrical. Swanna. And Lantern. Apparently is like a super terrible Pokemon in the games. Blinking lights. As often as you like during your turn before your attack, you may look at the top card of your opponent's deck. So you can actually use that multiple times if you make them discard something from something else. And then you can look at their card again and see what it is. So I can see how that could be super, like, tactical under the right circumstances. So that's not probably the worst Lantern in the history of Lanterns. Alright, so we got Fairy Energy, Dusclops, Professor Oak's Setup, Ignite again, Onyard, Litleo, Coughing, Nose Pass, Snow Runt, Dusk Noir. So I haven't seen Duskull, but I have both Dusclops and Dusk Noir. And Togepi, Cleffa, and Igglybuff. Triple Tag Team GX. Supreme Puff GX. I've got to read this. Alright, so Rolling Panic does flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 30 more damage for each head. So that's really powerful. Or it can be really powerful. 120 damage minimum isn't bad. Take another turn after this one. Skip the between turns step. If this Pokemon has at least 14 extra Fairy Energy cards attached to it, Jesus, in addition to the attack cost. So it has to have 16 energy to do this. Your opponent shuffles all of their benched Pokemon and all cards attached to them into their deck. That could be really threatening, but it does have a very, very big cost involved. Because if you can throw away everything they have except their main Pokemon, and then you get to go again as well, as long as they have less than 120 damage, you basically are guaranteed to win. So I can see that being really powerful as long as you have a lot of energy. But that is a pretty powerful card. Again, we're talking lots of power creep in this set. I don't know what to think of that, because they just introduced them like half a series ago. So here is Electric Energy, Heracross, Lily's Pokédoll. What's that say? Play this card as if it were a 30 hit point basic normal type Pokemon. At any time during your turn before your attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may discard all cards from it and put it into the bottom of your deck. This card can't retreat. If it is knocked out, your opponent can't take any prize cards for it. Here is Dragonium Z, Destructive Drake GX. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has a Dragon Claw attack, it can use the GX on this card. Destructive Drake GX 80 times. So this is basically the break cards, but under a different name. Discard all basic energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 80 damage for each card you discarded this way. And it counts as a GX. So it's not even that great of a GX. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the best, because it does 240 damage to the main Pokemon, and that's it. It doesn't do anything to bench Pokemon. It doesn't affect any of the play in any way, so it's not really that great. Rolling Grimer, Nasty Goo, Slugma, Chinchou, Cosmog. Look at that happy guy. Unaware. Prevent all effects of your Pokemon's or of your opponent's attacks except damage done to this Pokemon. Surprise attack. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. So it's not really that surprise of an attack. Punch. Lycanroc. What is this? The night version. Boiling Blood. If your opponent has any Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX in play, this Pokemon's attacks cost 3 energy less. So if they have a GX, you can actually put this in the Rotom Motor deck, kind of. Voltage Claw. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any special energy attached to it, this attack does 70 more damage. So you can just, if they have a GX or EX out, you can do 60 damage each turn. It doesn't matter if you have energy or not. And then Sawsbuck. Sawsbuck, Seasonal Blessings. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. Oh, that's a foil. I didn't realize. It's kind of hard to see. You have to like do them sideways to see the foil. There you go. Maybe since it was in the promo set, the promo versions don't have a foil, which makes them actually as uncommon as the promo in the set, because they come only in that promo set. So if you get, I think each one has one foil that is not a foil as well as that promo set. So that's interesting insofar as they are concerned. So let's see here. Did I take the code card out? I don't see one, so I'm going to guess I did. So we got a Fire Energy. We have red and blue. Red and blue, what does it say? Search your deck for a Pokemon GX that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn. When you play this card, you may discard 2 other cards from your hand. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to the Pokemon you evolved this way. So not quite as powerful as the other one. This one just makes it so you automatically give 2 energy, which still is pretty powerful, but is not as powerful as, and it's 2 basic energy cards, so it can be any type energy as well, which is pretty effective. I'll put this there. Clay, Cricketune, Deerling, Golett, return. You may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. Dupiter, Apom, Scampering Tail. Once during your turn for your attack, you may put the top card of your opponent's deck into the bottom of their deck without looking at it. So yeah, you can screw up their deck if you have that in the other one. Onyx, Misty and Lorelei. This one's the foil, so that might be actually kind of worth something. I don't know. And then here is Xatu. Creepy Wind. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Flip a coin if heads. Damage. Put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining hit points is 10. Wow, that's... There's a 50% chance of knocking their Pokemon all the way down to 10 hit points in a turn. That's pretty intense. There's some serious cards in this set. Especially compared to Hidden Fates, which had some really cool cards, but they're all absolutely worthless for play. So I don't know what to think of that. I'm kind of disappointed by Hidden Fates, especially for the fact that I really want to collect the set, but it's impossible. So here's Fighting Energy card. Here's a guy named Will, who kind of just looks like slightly angstier James with a mask on. Golduck. Pangoro, who is a fighting type in this case. Sneasel, who is a water type but needs dark energy. Spheal, who is a water type but is a water type. Meowth, sassy Meowth, looking happy with his swagger. Flip a coin. Heads, discard energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Ralts. Passimian, so there's already monkeys again. Lana's Fishing Rod, shuffle a Pokemon and Pokemon Tool card from your discard pile into your deck. And Ursaring, hammer in and heavy hold. Hitting Pokemon can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So, yeah, there's a lot of, like, manipulation. I think what they're trying to do is make Pokemon as effective as trainers because of the fact that otherwise, as we've discussed, the game is all about trainers and it's called Pokemon, not Pokemon trainers. Which is a reasonable goal, but geez, some of the power creep on these are crazy. So you have Mythel, you have Celio, you have Draw Energy, Cosmoem, Kricketot, Apom, Woobat, Nasal Suction. Hitting Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. Flip a coin if Tails' attack does nothing. Those are always bad. Aerial Ace. Cotton Guard. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 10 less damage from attacks. Anorith. Foil this time. And Walrein. Is Walrein foil? I doubt it. Groudon wasn't. I didn't think Walrein would be. Walrein, Cold Snap. Let's read what all this says. Cold Snap. Your opponent can't play any trainer cards from their hand during their next turn. If one of your Pokemon use Cold Snap during your last turn, this attack can't be used. And Blizzard. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So, one attacks all of the Pokemon on their bench, even if it's only a little bit, and the other one makes it so they can't use trainers. That's a pretty effective combination for a water type. I mean, you can make a serious water type from this set. This is a pretty powerful series in some ways. Where's the energy card? Did I put it? No. This just doesn't have an energy card this time. Interesting. So, Oshawott. Oh, what set is this? Oh, it's Steam Siege, that's why. Oshawott, Krogunk, Tangela, Dino, Chimchar. See, I would have known something was up by then. Braviary. See, I didn't split this one. So, Samurott, Claw Fossil Anorith, Kiploom, Ninja Boy. I forgot that was in the set. So then, yeah, this one's a Unified Minds. Which has my favorite tag team because it's got Mew in it. Although I really wish that they would make my Mew Jirachi, just because I really like my Mew Jirachi. So let's go with this. Got the code card. Okay, Water Energy, Dark City. Basic Dark Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. Masharna, Zen Headbutt, Misty's Favor, Pikachu, Hoot Hoot, who's very worried about that Zapdos. Scraggy, Numel, Tynamo, Salazzle, and Heatran EX. What do you have as your GX? Hot Burn GX. This attack does 50 damage times the amount of fire energy attached to this Pokemon. So nothing remarkable. It's still somewhat powerful, but it's not amazing. It is a basic GX with 1 energy GX, so it's not like it's a go for broke fighting through the whole thing to try and get it GX. It's an early play kind of GX. It also has Burning Road. Once during your turn when this Pokemon moves from your bench to become your active Pokemon, you may move any number of fire energy from other Pokemon onto it. So yeah, you can basically set up, play it, and then in that same turn do a whole bunch of damage, which I guess could take out their GX, which could be a huge deciding factor for a lot of people, so it's not terrible. Especially because you don't have to prepare it. You can put it down, and then on that next turn, set it out with whatever amount of energy you're wanting to throw onto it. So it's not an awful one. Let's see here. Metal Energy, Prinplup, Anorith, Kricketune with its Paragraph, Helioptile, Carvana, Tepig, Togedemaru, Onix, Araquanid, with Liquidation. During your next turn, the defending Pokemon takes 60 more damage from attacks. And Lantern again. So Lantern must be the common one. And to finish off, we have one more of the BBs. The BBs. Weedle. But not weak in this case. Unlike in every other instance of baby Pokemon, they are definitely not weak. So that is definitely significant. We got a Grass Energy, High Roar, Swirling Inferno. Discard all Pokemon tool cards and special energy from your opponent's Pokemon. Hakamo-O. Oh, who is... Oh. I have more packs. I forgot. This fell on the ground a minute ago, and I forgot. So I have more packs, which comes with a Hakamo-O coin. That's why I thought of it. Otherwise, I would have had to save it for another video. It also comes with Victini, the Victory Pokemon. So let's open this little blister pack and add to the adventure that is going on right now. So code card for that. Here's the Victini. Victory sign. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. They have to be different, which is interesting. Then shuffle your deck. So that's one that's more strategic, I guess. You have to know what it is you're using. So here's a better close-up of the Hakamo-O coin. Without the glare of the plastic in the way. So I have 3 more Cosmic Eclipse that I almost forgot about until Hakamo-O showed up in my life. So yeah, Hakamo-O. It might be Jangmo-O, I don't know, but it's one of those. Rotom. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. Attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. Osmars. This attack does 20 damage to each of your Pokemon except Prism Star Pokemon in the Lost Zone. This attack does 20 damage for each of your Pokemon that aren't Prism Stars in the Lost Zone. So that's a very specific thing. I don't know how well you could plan that attack to be useful, especially for it being just a first tier Pokemon. Here's Rowlet, who has, by the way, Skill Dive. The attack does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness, so you can pick any of their targets. Mumble, Spooky Shot on that Phantump, Alolan Grimer, Magnemite, Mirror Shot. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, the opponent flips a coin. If tails, the attack doesn't happen. Ooh, I got the reverse foil Groudon now. And Swoobat, who has Supersonic. Your opponent is now confused. And Charming Stamp. Your opponent chooses one of their own Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to that Pokemon. So your opponent chooses a target, which seems like it could be more risky than anything, because they might have a specific reason to have a Pokemon get knocked out. And it's up to them, so I don't know on that how useful that is. I mean, I guess you could also use it to troll if they only have one, and they have to pick to let that one take damage. But that seems like a very specific purpose type thing. So, last three. Fairy Energy, Angoro, Heracross, who has, by the way, Riled Horn. Your opponent has any tag team Pokemon in play, his attack does 70 more damage. There's Lily's Pokédoll again. Spheal. Botany, which again has a very weird attack. Rowlet. Phantump. Again. Alolan Grimer again. Gallade. Is this a secret rare? That might be a secret rare. Double type. As long as this Pokemon is in play, it is both fighting and psychic types. And Power Cyclone. Move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. It is a secret rare, so it must be the secret rare of the set if they only have one still. So that's a pretty cool draw. It's Wally's Gallade. And then last but not least on this one is Golett. Rock Tumble. Attacks damage isn't affected by resistance. And Fist of Antiquity. If you have any supporter cards in your discard pile, this attack does nothing. Any supporter cards in your discard pile, any at all in your discard pile, and this attack is useless. For an evolved Pokemon, that seems like a really terrible thing unless you just don't have supporter cards in your deck. I don't know that is a very useful card. I feel like that is, in fact, very unuseful. Having an attack that conditionally absolutely is pointless, but is the strongest thing on an evolved Pokemon, I don't know. I don't like that. Thumbs down. Darkness Energy. Jigglypuff, who has Sleepy Voice. Once during your turn before your attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Use this ability, your turn ends. So you can put them to sleep if you want. Here's Will again. Golduck. I don't think I might have seen Psyduck. I don't remember. Azure. Look at the cutie! Once during your turn before your attack, you may flip a coin. If heads, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to your active Pokemon. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So the normal weakness of a baby Pokemon is that using their ability ends your turn. It appears that is how they're working it. Rufflet. Fairy attack, flip 3 coins. This does 10 damage for each coin. Sweet Scent, heal 30 damage. Teleport, switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Astonish, choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. The same card, but reverse foil. And Excadrill, which is foil, but Groudon is not. 11th Hour Tackle. If there are 3 or fewer cards in your deck, this attack does 150 more damage. Again, so conditional. I don't know about those types of cards. And Drill Bazooka. Draw the top 4 cards of your deck, and you do 120 damage. So it'll get you there close, or quick, but getting there quickly has a huge risk involved. And there's only certain conditions where that would be a worthwhile thing, because you might be going up against a stall deck, or any other number of things that can make that type of card really, really, really dangerous to use. I don't know what I think about that. I definitely would not find it pragmatic to use in a deck of my own design, even though I don't design decks. So that's neither there nor there. I'm sure there's someone who can use it. I don't know. Water Energy, Tag Call. Search your deck for up to 2 tag team cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Keep in mind that tag teams always count as a basic, so by doing that, that means you have 2 decently powerful basics as long as you have the energy to take care of them. Leafage and Wing Flick. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. So Dartrix kind of has a half Guzma attack. Lily's Full Force. Draw 4 cards. At the end of this turn, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, shuffle the cards from your hand into your deck until you have 2 cards in your hand. So that seems like that might be able to actually fight against a stall deck. Lily's Full Force. If you do that and then you specifically don't use any cards, you could put more cards back into your deck. Poison Breath. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. There's the Pikachu. Nuzzle. Now paralyzed. Volt Tackles. 10 damage to itself. Stuffle. Making a Chow face. Continuous Tumble. Flip a coin. If you get tails, this attack does 30 more damage for each heads. Or until you get tails, 30 damage for each heads. Bag Slash. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard an item card you find there upon your Litleo. Sneasel. That darkness one is agility, which is actually a psychic type. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects from attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. And Slurpuff with Olfactory Enchantment. This makes your opponent confused. And Sweet Panic. If your opponent isn't confused, this attack does nothing. So it's another one of those where you have to take advantage of one thing to make it work, and I don't necessarily like those. With that said, I did get 3 GXs, a foil tag team trainer, a promo, a non-foil of a foil only in the deck. Although that might always be the case, I don't know. And a triple tag team and a secret rare. So that was a pretty decent draw for a first experience, first foray into Cosmic Eclipse. I do not see myself completing this because there are 236, so especially for a full completion, that means there's 236, which means probably 200 of them are ones that have both a regular and a reverse foil, which means that the complete set is over 500 cards, which is unreasonable. Absolutely unreasonable, and that is why collecting has become kind of stupid in this kind of time. 102 used to be a lot, but now we're talking double that, plus double if you include reverse foils. Overall, I don't really know what I think about those kinds of ideas. I really, really wish that they would go closer to the way they do in Japan, where in Japan they have it in little like 30 card packs or 40 card packs. I understand the reason why is because translation and shipping and all that kind of stuff makes it much more expensive to do it in the States. But it also comes at the cost of making it so that the collector's sets, one, it does increase the value of collectible cards to some extent, especially if you do complete a set. Although if you're buying a whole set, usually you're expected to pay less than if you bought each individually, so you're making less if you sell a whole set. Which, again, I'm not collecting to sell. I don't really find much benefit in that. Usually all I do is trade in my individuals for stuff to get more cards, basically. I don't funnel that money back into, like, some sort of... It's not like stocks for me. I don't do it like stocks. But between that and the way that they did the Hidden Fates, where the packs are extremely rare, very expensive, and it's all over one card, maybe 2 cards in the whole set that are worth anything, the way that they're doing collectible Pokemon cards is pretty pathetic, I would say, is the best way to explain it in the United States, and so I don't really know what to think about that. So this has been my almost hour-long video showing off my preview into Cosmic Eclipse, as well as some other cool stuff that I got, some music, things like that. I'd be happy to talk with any about these in the comments. I am happy to invite people to my Discord, so any of that kind of stuff, please, give me your comments, like, share, subscribe. Ridiculously long video, I'm sorry, but I had a whole bunch of stuff and it all happened at once. So, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever it is where you are. Hope to see you again real soon. Take care.